is One Africa, ONE, Africa with a C, underscore Ghana at yahoo.com. My website is www.One Africa Health Resort and Tours, Restaurant and Tours. But right now, it's under construction. So if you go there, you'll only get frustrated. I get frustrated when I go there, but we're working. We're working on it. So if someone wants my bank information, they can get in touch with me through email, and then I will give them the information for donating to the project.
Okay, and then your YouTube is One Africa Ghana. Mm-hmm. And then they can also find you on Facebook. IMAHKUS, that's IMAHKÜS, NJINGA, Okofo, OKOFO, One Africa.
OKOFU.
OFOKU. I apologize. And how do you pronounce that, Mama? Because you know I'm a little rusty with the language right now, but I'm gonna be all right in a minute.
Okofo, IMAHKÜS, Nzinga, Okofo, Ababio.
Okay, so I said it right. I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did all right.
I learned a new language. I'm learning. Okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about, so we talked a little bit about the resort. We talked about your touring piece. Do you have anything coming up, any initiatives that you're working on right now?
Well, I'm the vice president of the board of directors for the Akoma Academy of Arts and Sciences in Ghana. Okay. And once again, depending on what you want to donate to, if you send me via email, and tell me where you want to put your money, I will give you that information. Okay. And so my other project, here I go again, is intercultural women's dialogue. We're working on a project to involve not just myself, but all over Africa, to abolish human trafficking. That's one of the other projects that I'm working on with men and women from all over the continent, queen mothers, chiefs, lay people. So in fact, I've got to go and do another Zoom in about half an hour, because we'll be online. And let me just, because I got all this stuff up in here. And sometime what happens is that I suffer from CRS. Okay. So I'm going to let you and the listeners figure out what that means. Okay. There are times when I don't remember everything. And so I call it CRS. So wait a minute. I want to find something to give you. Chicky. Anyway, I can't find it. But anyway, it's a coalition of organizations and individuals against human trafficking and migrant smuggling. So that's another project, another program that, I belong to.
Oh, that's certainly a great human rights initiative to bring up and support and fight against, because when we're talking about social justice, we cannot negate and keep that out, because human trafficking is a horrible thing. It's been going on for some time, and we need to put an end to that. We need to put an end to that, as we need to put an end to genocide. I love what the Tutsis and the Hutus have done by coming together as one people in Rwanda, and we need to see that across the globe. In Africa, Africa should be a place to welcome us home, because Africa is home to some of us, not all of us, but Africa is home to some of us. And those that desire to come home, they should have that right to be able to come home without having to go through all the red tape.
Well,
Because
see,
Go ahead.
let me just say this also. I mean, you're talking about good governance. And when you have good leadership in the country, that really makes a difference. And the other thing about people here is that they love their president. They love their president because of what he has been able to manifest through the people, the things that are going on. So consequently, they love him. When you look at 90% of the students that leave Rwanda to study abroad, 90% of them come back. So that must say something positive. Hell, I wouldn't return someplace if it was so bad. Okay. So that was just a sidebar.
Sure. So finally, before I let you go, let's talk a little bit about citizenship, what that looks like now for us, and obtaining land and housing. And we'll close with any final words you have.
Well, if you're talking about citizenship in Ghana, citizenship has been granted to date to about 160 people so far, 34 in 2016, which is when I got my citizenship. And then in 2019, another 125, 126 people got citizenship. And now there's still another 125, 126 people waiting to get their citizenship. Okay. Now, whether or not that's going to continue, following that trend, I really can't say. But as far as citizenship and the law is concerned, it says that we must live in the country for 7 years. And then we go through that whole process of getting citizenship. Now, whether or not that's going to change, whether that's going to be amended for special circumstances for African children born in America or in the diaspora returning home to the land of their ancestors, I really can't say. I don't know. And the people that I've spoken to, they don't know. Okay. There are several ways, they've got something called the right of abode. And I'll really keep my opinion to myself on that one, but it's there. Okay. You got to live in Ghana for 10 years, and there are a whole lot of other things that you have to do. But what I would suggest is that people go to the site, the immigration site, look at the immigration laws and see what it says. If you want to invest, look at the see, this is CRS, okay? I can't remember right now what I wanted to say.
If you want to invest in the land, if you want to invest
in the land, what you need to do is you need to be speaking to people, one, who have done what you're coming to do. You want to deal with reputable people. You don't just want to go someplace. You get a good friend. You think, oh, it's my good friend. He lives in the village. He got land, and you get it. Okay. As it stands, according to the law, if you are not a citizen, unless it's some special arrangement, maybe based on the various building projects, normally you could lease the land for 50 years. If you were not a citizen, but you had the first right of renewal or extension, okay? Only citizens, and, don't nail me to the cross because things change from day to day. You had to be a citizen in order to, one, have land for 99 years, and two, in order to have dual citizenship, you have to be a Ghanaian first. You don't get dual citizenship without being a Ghanaian. Okay. What I would not mind doing, if you'd like me to do it, is that I have a list of places and people that you can contact if and when you're interested in repatriating to Ghana, that I would be glad to share with you.
Absolutely.
I can do that. Yeah. All right.
I would love that.
And then what was the other question?
I think we call it CES, right?
Oh, CRS.
See what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah, you're suffering from it too.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
I am. Being in America, I tell you. But so land ownership, citizenship, and what about going through estates? Because there are organizations that are helping people in the diaspora with buying land. So through an estate.
That's the list that I'm going to provide you with.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. Perfect.
So if we can set up something to do that, then I would not mind sharing that information. I have telephone numbers, email addresses, and all the rest of that stuff.
Well, you have my email address, and we will certainly be in touch. I know you have some other obligations, so do you have any final words for our listeners that you'd like to say to them? I just want to say again, I appreciate you so much for just being you and for being mama to people like myself and others that really honor and respect and admire you for everything that you have just started to begun doing. So I'm just elated. I'm so excited.
Well, basically, in closing, generally it's an opening. First of all, I give all honor and praise and glory to our Mother, Father, Creator, and to the memory of our great African ancestors whose shoulders we stand upon and whose backs we lean upon and whose shoulders have held us up until this day. If you're ready to make that move, you need to start planning. You need to have a plan. I mean, unless you got real deep pockets, then you can jump up and leave America and everything will be all right. But you need to plan. You need to visit. Look around and see, well, maybe Ghana ain't the place you want to be. You might want to be someplace else. But you need to make a plan. And you need to take all of that excess stuff, because I was guilty. I had more stuff than I needed. Okay, so you don't need 10, 12 pair of sneakers. You don't need all of that stuff. So if you're serious about your repatriation, you need to start, one, downsizing, take all that excess stuff and turn it into cash, because that's what you're going to need. Okay, and plan on what you want to do. You want to visit, you want to talk to people who are doing what you're coming to do. Okay. And we have to move forward as a united front. Okay. If you can't deal with the lights going off and maybe the water ain't running and the roads ain't what you think it ought to be and all the rest of that stuff, and then you need to keep your buttocks in America or wherever it is that you are.
Or have solutions.
The thing is that you're not coming to Africa to change the mindset of the people. We're coming to share, okay? Because it's not like, I listen to some people, I'm like, them Africans don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, who died and left you in charge, brother? Who made you the all in all? So it's a two-way street. We can learn from our brothers and sisters here. We can learn from them, and they can learn from us. It's a give and a take, and it's how we do it. Okay, I've seen some people, and they make me almost ashamed, because people say, oh yeah, your people. My people. I'm an African who was born in America. I ain't carrying the rest of the world. I'm doing the best I can. So have a plan. Visit the country that you want to be in, okay? And once again, talk to people who are doing what you're coming to do.
For the past 30 years, Seestah IMAHKÜS has worked within the Ghanaian community. One of her